Okay, so we've made it to question 7, part E, the final question of the paper. Okay, so the final question tells us to show that this value of theta gives maximum area and also find this area in terms of W. So this is it, guys. So we learnt from part D that that value for which dA over d theta equals 0 is theta equals pi on 2. Okay, so I kind of hinted at it in the previous video, so you might want to check that out before, but how to prove that this is a maximum. So again, you test dA over d theta and your theta for certain values to show that this is a maximum. So for instance, as I said before, pi on 3, pi on 2, or maybe 5 pi on 6. And those will give you positive, negative, and 0 values. And that already shows that it's a maximum. But if you want to take it one more step further, remember in part D it said show that this is the only point for which the derivative is equal to 0. So that already hints that it is the only stationary point in the domain of theta between pi and 0. So that shows us that that is the absolute maximum for that domain. So again, we reiterate that theta equals pi on 2 is in fact the global or absolute maximum for this domain. So final thing to do now is we just have to substitute theta equals pi on 2 into our area equation to show what the maximum area is. So from part A and B we now have the formula for area is given by W squared over 4 theta squared outside of theta minus sine theta cos theta. Okay, so now I'll subscript A with max because this is now the maximum area. And now we put W squared over 4. Now we put pi on 2 squared outside of pi on 2. Minus now sine pi on 2 is 1, cos pi on 2 however is 0. So we don't even have to care about that now because everything is 0. Alright, so finally W squared over 4 pi squared over 4 and then times that by pi on 2. So now 4 and 4 cancel, so we get pi W squared over pi squared times 2. Cancel one of these out, and finally our maximum area is given by W squared over 2 pi, and then I think it's cubic meters squared possibly. So that's how you do the final question of the paper. Thanks for watching.